Hello and welcome to our Fireside Chat series, Voices of Change, brought to you by Greg Lally. I'm Sapna Kapoor, Head of DE&I Initiatives. This series aims to spotlight the incredible work being done by DEI leaders who are shaping more inclusive and equitable workplaces. Throughout the series, we hope to inspire, inform, and engage our audience by exploring the tangible strategies and transformative ideas that fuel DEI work. Well, it's an absolute pleasure to have Sukanya Ramachandran, Head of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and People Sustainability at Wipro, join us today. Sukanya, your journey and commitment to advancing DEI have inspired many. I'm looking forward to diving into your experiences and insights. But before we get started, could you briefly introduce yourself to our audience?
Hey, hi, Sapna. Thanks a lot for having me over. And like you rightly said, I look after the DEI and the People Sustainability Charter, and it's been close to 15 years experience plus in various roles in HR. And of course, right now, totally into the DEI and the People Sustainability frameworks.
You've had an impressive journey in DEI. What inspired you to take on this role, and how has your perspective evolved over the years as you have engaged with this work?
Thank you for that question. Actually, in this era of manifestations and having, 5-year, 10-year, or a 15-year goal and vision for ourselves, etc., I'm quite an outlier. I've pretty much followed my heart in all the roles that I've picked, and it's been a logical next step whenever I've moved. So, while college, I wanted to do HR. When I got into HR, I started off with business partnering. And while doing business partnering, I got curious as to how policies are formed. And that's how I moved into talent management. From talent management, I had taken a maternity break. And while returning, one of our leaders inspired me to try out Compton Men. And then it was Compton Men. And when there was an opportunity with the and the People Sustainability Charter, I moved in this role. But I would say that the whole DEI piece, right, is something that has been imbibed or grown or interested. Uh, the interest was cultivated very young. Not by a conscious effort, but I think naturally in the setting that we were in terms of, the kind of friends I had in childhood, or the kind of work. My mother was in civil services, and she used to at one point work in the Ministry of Women and Child. So the kind of initiatives, etc., that they were doing back then when I was a child itself, it interested me in terms of the kind of work that was happening in this space. And this was a logical, when I had an opportunity to actually lead that for Wipro, I just completely dived in. So that's a little bit, but it's always been an area of interest, because I think it is something that should not like actually be in terms of a target that should be done, but I think it is something that should by itself and organically be a part of what we do.
Well, it's quite inspiring to hear your journey, and I'm sure your story will continue to motivate others in this important work. Given the shifting dynamics in today's workplace, how do you interpret DEI in the current organizational landscape?
It's very interesting times for DEI, and you and me are privy to a lot of news where companies are doing away with the DEI unit, etc. In the global news, if you've said, right, and it's just a matter of perspective and outlook. But if you look by definition, the diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? There's a saying that diversity looks like none of us, but it is still all of us, right? So diversity is something that naturally places itself in any setting, any work related or a community related activity, right? I think the meaning gets construed when you kind of do a targeted approach to building a certain set of diversity by design. Communities, societies, etc., diverse, and the effort from the organization is also to build the diversity, equity, and inclusion into into the way of work, into the way of life that people are, and in terms of what people experience in the workplace, how people are able to bring themselves in and create a sense of belonging to the workplace. So the importance of DEI primarily is in terms of how is it implemented, and that's really the key in terms of what DEI means to an organization. Of course, there's a lot of research that points out that if you have diverse teams, what is the kind of success those teams have experienced in terms of revenue, in terms of product innovation and things like that. But it is natural that with just a single directional effort or a single form of thinking, we are only going to have one solution, right? The moment you bring in diverse teams and diverse perspective, it is of course going to enhance the quality of the output, and that really is the relevance of DEI. And more so, how these initiatives are built into how we function as an organization, how is it imbibed in the culture of the organization, is really the recipe to having like a successful DEI program in your organization, I would say.
It's fascinating to hear how you navigate DEI in today's ever evolving workplace. Your insights have highlighted the importance of adapting strategies to address both emerging challenges and opportunities, and at the same time, ensuring organizations remain inclusive and equitable for everyone. Let's talk about learning and development. What innovative learning and development strategies are you implementing to foster inclusivity within your organization?
Learning and development strategies to foster inclusivity in the organization. In my mind, learning and development has a key role to play. Um, See, I'll try and take a step back and speak a little bit about our culture, because our culture is something that has evolved over the years. As an organization, we started our culture transformation journey a couple of years back, which initially started with 5 habits, which are basically habits and behaviors that we would want leaders and employees to consistently demonstrate in terms of what is the kind of culture that we want to build in the organization. But if I go even beyond culture, there is a certain purpose with which the organization functions, which we say is imbibed in what we call the spirit of Wipro. Uh, and if we look at how we have grown or matured as an organization over the years, and how technology has changed, but how you are constantly learning to pick more technology, how we have inculcated the 5 habits across the organization, which is of course with the leadership of our chairman and our chief culture officer, how we have brought in programs to make sure that the culture that we are trying to build in the organization is communicated to every new employee joining in the organization. So one, the culture is very important that we are trying to build in the organization, and L&D plays a key role here, because anything that you design, all of us are aware that being in the IT industry or services industry, learning is a lifelong journey, and anything that we design for our employees, or as a part of any program, we need to make sure that there's an inclusive training design in terms of the kind of programs that are being rolled out. To simply put, you could target it in multiple ways, right? You could design it either in terms of the pillars of diversity that we have, or the kind of sensitizations that are run across the organizations. And how do you weave this inclusion in building a whole cadre of inclusive leaders? How do you build awareness on unconscious bias? How do you create programs for conscious career movements to be made by women leaders in the organization, right? A lot of that thought process and the how of that comes in from the L&D lens. And that is why L&D is a critical role to play, because the L&D programs are something that touch all employees across the organization. Yeah, so that's a little bit about, the impact of L&D in building focus towards DEI.
Wow, that's incredible work. I think your efforts are not only impactful, but also set a powerful example for driving meaningful changes. I'm sure you agree that tailored learning is a great way to ensure equity. As we see a rapid advancement in technology, how do you think AI, the buzzword, can enhance DE&I efforts, particularly in promoting equitable learning experiences?
You know, generative AI really is the buzzword, and generative AI plays a crucial role when it comes to the role, how it can integrate itself in terms of PEI and helping L&D teams, because not only does it help create an unbiased and culturally relevant content, but it also creates opportunities for programs to cater to the diverse set of workforce. Also, in terms of how do we identify and eliminate bias in, let's say, training materials, and how do we create a more inclusive learning experience, I think the canvas is really vast in terms of how and what is it that the AI can do in the L&D space, right? Of course, I mean, everything is being touched by AI. And in term, not only the L&D framework, but even if you look at the efforts that are happening towards gender equity, in terms of identifying biases in processes, identifying biases in recruitment processes, right? So AI has a very critical role to play in terms of the elimination of bias, and you would see that most of the tools are in AI are being trained on the data that is existing. So it becomes all the more important that we create a framework, or how AI is built into the whole L&D framework, and building a more inclusive world. Yeah, in a nutshell, that's what I have to share.
Wow. Seeing the impactful work you're leading in this space, it's exciting and inspiring as well. Your insights have been truly invaluable. Thank you so much, Sukanya. Before we wrap up, is there a message you'd like to leave our audience with about the importance of DE&I?
Thanks, Ratna. For the message that I'd like to share is, DEI is something that we have to build into everything that we do. It should not be a target-based approach. It should not be a approach where you are trying to forcefully fit something. It is important to be aware. It is important to be conscious. It is important, and you will see the beauty of it when it is naturally built into the programs that you are, running across in the organization. And you will also see the outcome when you see the results. That is when you understand the true benefit in terms of, how diversity, equity, and inclusion impact the workplace.
Beautifully said. I believe we have gained valuable insights into the significant strides being made across various organizations. Thank you once again for being a part of Voices of Change. It was wonderful speaking to you. This has been Voices of Change, brought to you by Great Learning. Until next time, stay committed to creating a world where everyone has a voice.